Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is the Mental Wellness channel with Waihiga. If you are new here, I hope that you stick around and take a listen to what I have to share. Today, I'm going to be reading from the Daily Reflection as it is the 22nd of April, 2024. So let's get into the reading and then we are going to discuss it. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. New soil, new roots, April 22nd. Moments of perception can build into a lifetime of spiritual serenity, as I have excellent reason to know. Roots of reality supplanting the neurotic underbrush will hold fast despite the high winds of the forces which would destroy us, or which we would use to destroy ourselves. And that's from As Bill Sees It, page 173. I came to a 12-step program, green, a seedling quivering with exposed taproots. It was for survival, but it was a beginning. I stretched, developed, twisted. But with the help of others, my spirit eventually burst up from the roots. I was free. I acted, withered, went inside, prayed, acted again, understood anew, as one moment of perception struck. Up from my roots, spirit arms lengthening into strong green shoots, high springing servants, stepping skywards. Here on earth, God unconditionally continues the legacy of higher love. My 12-step life put me on a different footing. My roots grasped a new soil. That's today's reading from the Daily Reflections, which is a 12-step literature. And it's a tool that we use as people in recovery to stay sober just for today. When I read this morning, I was really frustrated. Let me just tell you this. I was really frustrated. In fact, the point that I've been in this whole weekend has been a place of pure frustration. I've been really angry at God, and that is a really dangerous place to be as someone who's a recovering alcoholic. Because there should be no earthly reason or there should be no logical reason why I'm angry at God. Yet I am angry at God. This is the person, the entity, the one, the creator, the one that gives me and grants me my sobriety, the one that grants me breath just for today, the one that says that Waihiga Mutero is allowed to live just for today, the one that dictates my life. And I am mad at this person. I'm mad at this creator because of how dismal my finances are looking. April has been the most constrictive month that I've had in quite a while, or that I can remember in terms of financial difficulty. And it's hitting me all at once. Like, I'm blaming myself, I'm blaming God, I'm asking why. Why am I putting in so much hard work into recovery, into being a better person, into doing the right thing, and not getting anything out of it? And it sounds very selfish to say out loud, but definitely that is where my thought process is. If I'm being honest, that's exactly what I'm thinking. It's like people who tithe, and I tithe also. So you tithe 10%, you give God 10%. And for the longest time, I thought that tithing is like an investment plan. You give God 10%, and in the Bible, it does say that God says, test me with your tithing and see what I will do for you and with whatever you give me. However, it's only until recently that I've realized that the blessings come in many other different forms and shapes, not in money. I've been tithing thinking that the money I put in here, which is God's money to begin with, is supposed to come back double or triple as an investment plan. However, it came to my knowledge that the way I interpreted these verses, when God says test me, when God says give me 10% of your income, it's not about so that I can give you back double or triple or quadruple what you gave me to begin with. God is ultimately the one who will decide what he blesses you with, number one. 2, how he blesses you. 3, when he blesses you. Coming back to my frustration with money, I've been to private schools all my life. Private schools for primary, high school, and university. There's a certain expectation that comes when you go to private school. The expectation is that you are setting this child up for a good, productive career life, a work life, and this person is really going to go far in the corporate world or whichever job industry they land up in. I have done none of those things. Absolutely none of those things. So I'm 31, living with parents, and if you've been here long on my channel, you'll know that this is something that I really, really struggle with, how to make an income. So circling back, just coming back to this issue of the youth, unemployment, financial difficulty, and when are things going to change? When are things going to change? God, when are things going to change? This is something that I've been praying for consistently for over a year now, and it's just not happened yet, and it leads me to be really frustrated and angry with God, at God, because I know at this point in my life, if I try to divert from the plan, if I try to get out of God's plan for my life, if I try to do things on my own, if I try to take control of my life, that could lead to complete and total disaster. Actually, I know it will. It will divert me from the place that God wants me to go to, the destination God wants me to go to. It will take me, I don't know how many more years to come back onto this original plan. And I don't want to do that again. I don't want to be wise in my own eyes and think that I know what to do and how to do it, and so I trust myself and I'm just gonna go and wing it and do things like I think I should be doing them. I don't ever want to do that again, because it landed me in recovery. My best thinking landed me in recovery. So I don't want to worship my intelligence. I don't want to worship my best thinking, because I really know nothing when it comes to my life at the end of the day. What I want to do is just humble myself and submit my ways to God's ways, because the Bible does say that if we lay down our plans and trust God with all our heart and everything, He will make our path straight. Coming back to the reading, the 12-step reading, this analogy about being taproots, coming into a 12-step program, being green and a seedling. Of course, that's how I came into recovery. I don't even think that coming into recovery was a choice for me. It was the last house on the last street, on the last block, in the last neighborhood for me. That is how important and how significant a 12-step program is and was to me. No other place would have accepted me, and no other place would have worked for a person like me with the disease of alcoholism like I have. And one day at a time, this program has been able to bring me back to life. One day at a time. The roots that I have grown and I am growing are still taking effect. Of course they are. This is not a program that you recover from overnight. And this is not also a program that one will ever graduate from. I understand that this is going to be a lifelong thing, but a lifelong thing that is done one day at a time. And for that, I'm prepared to do it. For that, I'm ready to do just for today. I don't know about tomorrow. I don't know about next week. I know that I did my best last week, but I can't go back to last week either. What I know is what I have in front of me, and that is today. So today I can put my best foot forward. Today I can use the tools of recovery, whether it's going to a meeting, whether it's looking at a reading, relating to it, and seeing where I can add it to my life, whether it's talking to a sponsor, whether it's talking to other alcoholics and addicts, whether it's doing an inventory as to why I'm so frustrated and upset, as to why I fear being broke, basically. Because ultimately, this anger that is driving me, this resentment that I have towards God, if I peel back the layers, it is basically the fear of being broke. And one of the promises of a 12-step program is that economic insecurity will leave us. So that means whether we are rich or whether we are broke, we will be baseline okay. Like, I'm going to be okay. Whether I have money or not, it is not going to bother me. And I think where I'm at in this season of life, money and the lack of it is being shoved in my face so that I can deal with it head on without picking up a drink. My future is so uncertain. I have no idea what is going to happen tomorrow. I have no idea what the end of the year is going to look like. I have no idea what the next year is going to look like. People always talk about short-term plan, mid-term plan, long-term plans. And those are patterns of the world. Those are patterns of the world. And they do not work. They don't work when it comes to trusting God and knowing God. Because what I've realized, when it comes to trusting and knowing God, I don't even know what tomorrow is going to look like. So even having a loose plan of what the rest of my 5 years are going to look like, or what I want my 10-year plan to look like, or what I want my 20-year plan to look like, it's completely stupid, honestly, to have a plan like that for me, and the relationship that I have with God. Because I have absolutely no sense of direction or where I'm going. It is only God who reveals to me, literally in the moment or just before the moment, what is going to happen. And my life has been like that. I think the biggest lessons I have learned is that when I try to plan, it ultimately fails, and God shows me how I cannot rely on my planning, how I cannot rely on my thinking, on my intelligence, and on the patterns of the world. The patterns on the world will say things like, a man who fails to plan, plans to fail. But I say, and this is from experience, I have planned my life out before, and I have come nothing close. I have tried to accomplish those things that I said I wanted to do. I have come very close, and then I have gone very far from the script. Even as a very determined, ambitious person, self-motivated person. Ultimately, it's up to God, and ultimately my creator is the one who knows what he wants to do with me. So I don't know if this really correlates to the reading that much, but this is really what I'm feeling in my heart of hearts and what I wanted to express in this video today. Please let me know in the comment section down below either what you understood from the reading, or two, how do you deal with financial insecurity and how do you stay sober at the same time? Because remember, it is said that we do not pick up a drink no matter what. So whether you're rich, whether you're broke, we don't pick up a drink no matter what. Let me know in the comment section down below. Until the next video, goodbye guys.